You got a name, Jacob?
I have like 10.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nuance. Forgot for a second. I'm Ian.
I'm Timothy Boschwangler.
Okay. And we're back with more Young Justice. Last episode, Jacob handled pretty well.
I went to therapy.
Again. That's
every week.
That's what this show does too. So my hair's doing some crazy stuff today. But what else did some crazy stuff was Calder killed Artemis, sort of. And then it was revealed that, hey, just kidding.
Everyone was dead to me.
Calder's double-sided.
Everyone.
double.
Everyone was dead to me.
He's a double agent.
They all died.
Even Wally?
Yep.
Even Artemis?
All dead to me.
Artemis?
Because they were all in it. Even Artemis betrayed my trust.
They're all gonna feel probably great.
She just betrayed my trust.
Well, they're going. Calder needs somebody on the inside with him because he's like, all right, I'm on my own. I need some assistance, please.
Was there anything else?
I think. Oh, well, that was all. What?
Although I did like thinking back on the conversation that Calder had with his dad during that time. Like, after you find out that he was doing it for a good reason, and then thinking back to when he's like being all stoic in front of his dad, and his dad's like, "You did everything correct. You're the greatest." Like, you know what's so proud of you? And he's like, "Yes, father."
One thing I do want to point out is that, I mean, from the little we've seen, Black Manta seems to be like a lot better father than Sportsmaster already.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He seems a lot more.
He might be a villain.
Kingly and in control. Like, he's much more charismatic.
Yeah.
Sportsmaster's kind of more like
he's like self-entitled royalty. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's actually royalty, but he feels like he
definitely
himself
has
feels like he is
a much more high class persona than Sportsmaster. Sportsmaster's just kind of like, hey, this is one of the guys that spears.
But he's terrifying.
He's
that's not someone you want to bring back to see your first boyfriend. But
I brought home a guy. Kill him.
Part of your training. One minor thing.
Minor.
Magan's been kidnapped. No, about as minor as it can get.
that is.
Yeah, and there was also
that heart-wrenching moment that I was not ready for.
What do you mean?
Connor pouring his heart out. I literally was like,
yo, man, both of them were going through it too. Like, Magan wasn't just like, it's whatever. She was feeling pretty crap about it.
She was feeling it.
She was like, so yeah, they really actually went into like why they really broke up and all that stuff. But yeah, Lagan's been kidnapped. Calder's like, yeah. I remember Dick was like, that wasn't part of the plan, and the rocket wasn't supposed to explode. Like, yeah. Well, that's the only thing that I can do to keep him alive. So, we got that to look forward to.
While I was on ice, you found another Roy Harper. The sidekicks formed their own team. Aliens invaded the Earth, and Ollie grew that dopey goatee. We try not to call ourselves sidekicks. I like the goatee.
Huh?
Hello? You've both been talking around it all day. Now I want answers. What happened to me? How can there be another Roy Harper? And what happened to my arm? Okay. We wanted to wait until you were strong enough, but I guess the moment's here. Moment's past. Get to it. I remember investigating a LexCorp shell company that we suspected of smuggling weapons to North Rosalia. Some LexCorp goons got the drop on me. I remember feeling embarrassed. Then, nothing.
Then they spoon-fed me clues to your location. I thought I was doing detective work, but in hindsight... You've been missing 3 months. I've been going crazy, so when I found you, I didn't question the good fortune. I had no idea it wasn't the original you.
I can't blame him for this. But I can totally blame you!
Roy,
we were partners. Friends. How could you not know I had been replaced? How could you leave me in Luther's hands for 8 years? And how did I not see how useless you are? Get out! Get out!
How would Green Arrow even know?
It's a curse, isn't it? Having me for a mentor. Speedy, Red Arrow, and Artemis. The three of you all poster children for the Stay Away from Green Arrow Club.
I may not have always shown it over the years, but I don't feel that way. You're a good man, Ollie. So get back in there. He needs you, whether he knows it or not.
Roy, listen,
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to try.
I don't know, bro. He's still got 2 legs.
Where is everyone?
Well, the girls are all hitting the shower. The rest, they're down in the grotto.
That's Jason's son.
Oh, these are all ones that died.
Yeah.
Captain Adams said the League doesn't want or need a public shrine to its fallen. But I don't know. Seems to me they just don't want to advertise we're not immortal. The handful of regular people who've seen me in action, they think I'm this guy in a new costume. The world will never know about Ted Court's sacrifice.
But you know, and you're carrying on the grand Blue Beetle heroic tradition, right?
I wish. It's such a total rip. Superboy has Superman, Wonder Girl has Wonder Woman, Robin has Batman, Nightwing, and Batgirl. You've been in this era like, what, 5 minutes, and already you have 3 Flash mentors, one who feeds you junk food. But me, I never even got the chance to meet the guy who should have been my mentor.
Oh. I know what this is.
Oh.
Thank you for coming, Wally. This has been the hardest 2 days of my life. Harder than prison, than losing the use of my legs, than losing Jade to the life. I could not have survived this without you. We had our differences, but Artemis was my sister.
As usual, Jade, you're missing the point. Artemis's death is an insult to our professional reputations. The son of Black Manta cannot kill Sportsmaster's daughter, not without running it by me first. I can't let this stand, or everyone will think I'm a punk. You can have Aqualad.
Yeah, that's already down the drain.
With Manta.
Oh my god. This is so intense because now the good and bad guys want Aqualad dead. Like,
And Black Manta.
oh.
Also, Switchmaster's just trash dead.
Recognized. Red Arrow.
Not without running by me first.
Right?
Leroy goes.
Recognized. Red Arrow. Error. Red Arrow. Already inside. Security breach. Lockout. Perfect. Override lockout. Green Arrow 08.
Oh boy.
Roy, wait! Sorry, GA. Can't let you stop me. Get down!
Oh boy.
You just destroyed the house. Oh my god.
Yep.
He zated to Metropolis.
Metropolis? Why would he? Oh no.
Only one reason. To get revenge on the man who stole his life and his arm.
He's going after Lex Luthor. And Luthor will kill him.
We haven't seen him in a while.
Gotta love modern weapons tech. Easier for a one-armed man to fire a missile launcher than pull on his pants.
He straight up was about to kill that guy.
Yeah.
So, how old are you today?
6. I mean, 22. I turned 22 at 6 p.m. exactly.
Well, at either age, you look exactly the same as the day we met.
Oh. What?
That's a compliment, you big goof.
I hated those parties.
I don't buy it. You, Connor Kent, just pretended to hate them. It made Megan happy to throw them for you, so secretly, you loved it.
She's pretty.
You know me pretty well.
Any parties this year?
No. This year, you're the only one who remembered.
It's Connor's birthday today. He's never had a birthday when I haven't thrown him a party.
That's not really your job anymore, McGann.
Hey.
For a smart man, Luther, you're pretty easy to outmaneuver. One little missile flushed you right out.
Mr. Harper, so nice to see you again.
Feelings not mutual. Tell your bodyguard to disarm.
Mercy? She carries no weapon.
She is a weapon.
Oh no.
Well, it's good to have him back while it lasted.
Oh, he doesn't know that they're there.
Big
That's
bad.
fortunate for
Big
him.
move on
Oh my gosh. Like 7 or 8 superheroes just sitting right
Like,
below.
Bad place, bad timing for him.
Wow. This would have probably worked too. This wasn't a bad point.
That sounds like Zatanna. Oh no.
I'm completely doomed, aren't I?
100%.
The greatest arsenal any man can bring to the party consists of the resources of his own mind, his intelligence, his stratagems, his force of will. And you, my young friend, have all of those in spades.
Complimenting him while freaking.
That's a handy little gadget.
Yeah. Oh!
Nice. I've got you out class hand to hand, buddy. Every time. But you're smart. Look, said.
Yeah.
But she's not a human being.
Well, it's not true, but doesn't matter.
Oh.
Dead corn.
Mercy.
That's detonation cord, Luther. I use your own tech to do to you what you did to me.
Except we gave you anesthesia. Your methods seem a tad more violent.
We reap what we sow, Luther.
Indeed. But are you prepared for the harvest?
Stupid. Freaking good line.
Vengeance is a sucker's game, son. I don't believe in risk. I believe in preparation. You see, ever since you vacated that cozy little freezer unit we provided for you in Tibet, I've expected this confrontation. So I came prepared. What is it you really want, son? Revenge or satisfaction?
Is it his arm or a prosthetic arm for him to use?
You didn't
kill Luther? No, not tonight. What's in the case? Satisfaction. It's not elegant. Won't fool anyone into thinking it's actual flesh and blood. But it's more powerful and versatile than the model Luther gave his own bodyguard. And it'll literally make me a living weapon. No one's putting me on ice again. Ever.
Speedy, you sure you're okay?
Speedy died 8 years ago. But I kinda like the sound of Arsenal.
Oh no. We don't need a good and bad Red Arrow.
Why is he bad? His name is
No. He's evil.
He's just
demon.
I will say Arsenal's unknown. Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
The last time, or any time, that Lex does something, it is extremely suave and amazing. Of course. But it always has negative side effects. When he gave Connor the patches, yes, they helped a lot. They made him amazing, but they almost drove him insane. Hence, then, therefore, this arm probably is going to make the Arsenal a god.
Still Roy.
But it's going to mess him up.
I will say the difference between those two things is the reason it made Connor a little cuckoo is because it was holding back his human DNA, which is what made him unstable. Roy's not the same case. It's just giving him an artificial appendage.
Yeah, but we don't know what it can do.
That's true.
It could just track him, and then Luther will then know where all the League is.
That's very true. Well, he really doesn't need to know. He really doesn't care. He's like, well, whatever, they're where they are. And besides, he'd have to be with the League, and who knows if he's going to go with the League. I don't know if he's going to want to, considering his current mood set, which isn't, unfathomed? He's got reason to have the kind of sort of
it's
hostility.
Not unreasonable.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm. And it's a mixture of things. Like one, he's still in the phase of a teenager. He's 13, give or take. And on top of that, he just found out he's lost 8 years of his life. I mean, I don't know if he's actually lost 8 years.
Probably not.
Like, I don't know if that's like how, because like freezing, that depending on how they decide to write it, it could just completely like stall them and they're fine, or they wouldn't live as long as they normally would have, technically speaking. They still would have had those.
Have you seen a show where it has that type of thing? Because usually I've seen it in games and I've seen it in shows where most of the time it's like when you're cryogenically frozen, you're frozen at the point of where you were because it's freezing everything in your atoms and everything.
I'm not saying like because he's obviously he is where he's at. I'm just saying like
he won't live as long.
He won't live as long because Aang didn't live as long as he probably normally would have.
Aang was kind of in a different mode.
It is 100 years.
Aang didn't live as long because that could have been a whole bunch of different. He learned 4 different elements. Like there's probably a lot of physical strain.
Well, because again, if we see Roku died like when he was pretty old. Aang, whenever we see Aang as the projected form of Aang, he's a little bit younger. I don't know if that's just like creative measures or if he was older when he had passed.
When he passed, did he die of old age? You can cut all this out and just.
Well, I don't know. They don't really specify. The only reason I'm thinking is because when Aang is whenever he was able to before everything was severed, he appeared as like when he was in his 40s with like the chin strap beard. So that's just my assumption.
The last thing that I saw of him was like in Korra, the guy tried to bloodbend him, and he like Avatar stated him right out of him. Like,
well, he obviously didn't die there, so we just don't know for sure when he did die.
Yeah.
But regardless, he's things have changed, and he feels like he's been replaced, and he feels like Oliver just kind of gave up on looking for him.
But he didn't know,
and it's hard. Like he had his memories downloaded. He was made to be Roy. But it's understandable to be that upset. You're like, dude, how could you not know me? We've been friends for years. I was your partner. How could you not notice? It's so hard to be on either end of those. It's just like,
well, in my view, I kind of side with Green Arrow on this one because I'm like, if the person has all of the memories and all of their personality is going to be exact.
I'm just saying. Having being on the other end of that, you're like it's just so hard to think past it. Like, well, this person was obviously cloned. Like you're not going to be thinking rationally. We're just like, I was kidnapped for years, and like
no one came for
me. They all gave up, and then when they found out that this was a clone, they didn't look long except for my clone. So it's just like it's really hard to like get past the part of like, dude, how could you not notice? Because it's just like, yeah, you're from the other side, you would think what. Oh, it does it sometimes.
Oh, okay, got it.
And it comes back. It's easy to like, it's not easy, but like it's hard to really kind of grasp either like fully either side in a way. Like they're both. It's understandable why he's thinking the way he is. Like it's like if we were to be if I was a clone, if you were a clone, it's just like find out that hey, didn't notice a single thing. Like yeah, you could we can rationalize like well the memories were the same, they acted exactly the same, but it's just like it's still that
aching
that inside is like
like
how could you not know though?
Yeah.
Wouldn't there be a connection, a feeling that you wouldn't have with the clone? It's just it's rough. And you can see it on Oliver's face. It's just like finding out like he had known from like he was looking for him for 3 months after the whole kidnapping thing.
Yeah.
And so I was just like I was looking for you for 3 months. I was going crazy, and then I thought I was onto something. They were spoon feeding him information, leaving a trail. It was like I thought I was doing great. I thought I was doing good detective work. I thought I was onto this.
Yeah, what did he say? He was like, I thought I found my lucky break. Like, I wasn't gonna.
I thought I had finally found you and was able to rescue you. And it's like, sometimes you'd want to question that, but it's like, why would you? Like, you see him right there, and like they haven't cloned yet at that point.
Yeah, no.
Like, that hadn't been a thing.
There wouldn't be anyone because if you had John look into his memories, it would be Roy's. Like, you can't. There's nothing really that you can do besides
genetically. Everything's scanned and wise would be the same.
Maybe you could have like Batman do investigative work to find out where he was at the point of being missing and where they found the clone and like do some backtracing.
With Lex, I feel like with Lex and with Raish, I think they would be able to. They'd be able to at least buy time, maybe, I don't know, or to show. To deliver Roy to Oliver, to where like Bruce was just like, well, it's him. So like I don't know. I mean, again, Bruce is a great detective. Batman's one of the best detectives, but everybody has their limits. It's like if something's presented to them, why question it sometimes? Especially when it just seems like, well, I mean, there's no reason this wouldn't be the person.
The only thing that I think. And this just might be me theory crafting, ADHD brain all the way. Maybe in this show there would be a way of, since there are higher powers in this, maybe there is a way to see, like with the helmet of Dr. Fate, seeing the essence, like their soul is different.
Maybe. Again, I don't know how that would work in here, like.
Because isn't he a divine being? Like
but in here it's like it's like a Greek god. They have their limits.
Well, yeah.
So like it's not like they're not omnipotent or anything. They wouldn't be able to like sense if this person's like where they are or if the person is standing behind them. And plus, again, I don't know. If they have
would a clone have a soul?
I would have to say they'd have to because it'd still be alive. It's like when you're being born. You just if a soul exists. And when you're born, you would have a soul. So whether they're a clone or not, they're still gonna have an element of that. They're still gonna have a soul. Whether it's the same or not, that I don't know. I don't know if they would be able to see that or anything. I don't know the full limits of his capabilities.
Because it could be that he could know this isn't his essence, but he would probably have had to have felt that essence in the past.
We can see that. Now this might not be because of the whole soul thing. Just because of like, what he's dealing with and what's affecting his path is he's obviously already going on a completely different path than Red Arrow did.
Yeah,
when
true.
Because he was Speedy for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years up until breaking away from Oliver, and then. He was still Speed throughout that point. He was a little bit less aggressive in a way. And then right here, this was before those 3 years, and he's already splitting from Speedy and becoming Arsenal, which is a cool name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
what bugs me slightly about it is part of it I think was because of Lex kept saying he an arsenal of stuff and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, okay, fine.
I'm still not convinced that isn't that it's not going to affect him somehow.
It might, but maybe not. It might not affect him in the way you think. Like, it might not be like an actual, like, literal affecting. Like, you might having that capability, that weapon, a part of him, might just affect his personality. Like, like the power gets to him, kind of a thing. Not necessarily like it's once it connects, it's like altering him mentally. It might just be like the power of what he has now is just kind of gonna get to him. That could be how that goes.
This kid who's upset against the League or his former master, he goes on a power trip with this new gift that Lex is giving.
I hate Lex, but oh my
he's
god,
so good. He's so good. Like, he's hard to be mad at.
Well, he's hard to not like on a certain level. I can be mad at him for sure, because he straight up kidnapped this kid.
Yeah.
Severed his arm, and kept him on ice for 8 years.
And his response, after you so rudely left your
it was like,
the ice box that we left for you.
It's like, dude, you twerp, you. God, like it's such like he delivers it so well with like such like it's like venom seeping into my veins, but like I don't know, but I do hate whenever I don't know, I like and I hate him. I like to hate him, but he's a good villain.
Yeah.
So it's just man, like the line that was one of my favorites in this part was whenever Roy was like, you reap what you sow, Luther. And he's like, true, but are you prepared for the harvest? He's like, have a rebuttal for everything, don't ya? Yeah.
He's so smart. Like,
I know.
Like
harvest, sowing, I'm getting it. Stupid. I hate it. Bad joke.
Dumb.
I felt, but, oh my god. Going back to Oliver real quick, like, one, there were so many things he was getting from when nearing the end of their confrontation in the beginning was, how did I not notice how useless you are? It's like, oh, all right, ouch. He already probably felt like that. And then on top of that, he's just like, being my partner is a curse, you, Speedy, and Artemis. And it's just like, God dang it! Some people are being affected by this whole Artemis thing too, like her being dead. Like, Oliver's being affected. Her mom.
I didn't even think about that. I was like, all the good guys are gonna hate them. I didn't realize that the bad guys are gonna hate them too.
Yeah. Well,
so I'm like, holy crap, Calder! You have put yourself in a predicament if the good guys and the bad guys want you dead.
I don't think they would have thought like, oh, obviously Sportsmaster will want to avenge the daughter because he's a tool.
No.
And he doesn't. He's like, you can't do that without asking me.
It was just his pride.
It's like, I can't with this guy. I hate you so much.
We're a family of assassins. You can't just do that. You gotta at least pay me or something.
Son of Black Manta killing the daughter of Sportsmaster. I can't let that go. Not without asking my permission, of course. It's like, you are the worst. And that goes back again to me saying earlier about Black Manta just being a better dad than freaking Sportsmaster.
Yeah.
It's like, even though we haven't seen much of him in their interaction, but like just a little bit of like the compliments here and there, and just like, oh great, I'm proud of you, son. Like, alright, cool, whatever. Okay. But yeah, I hate seeing that, like, all this, and then that little extra bit of the fake death affecting Oliver. It's like, man, I don't think I should be doing this.
Yeah, I think this is not my thing.
But real quick, I'm gonna address the grotto. They're basically like their memorial for everybody that's fallen, that's been on the team, or at least in the league. Because Blue Beetle, I'm assuming, was probably part of the league. We finally kind of saw him in his outfit before.
But
a couple others.
The girl who
that's Tula.
Tula wasn't ever a part of the league.
Well, remember they called her Aqua girl. Remember? Kyler's like, after you let Tula die.
I don't remember that.
It was like, you dare speak to me about something after you all let Tula die. Like, obviously, it's basically assumed that in between this and then the first season, the end of the first season, she joined
and died.
Yeah. So that was an issue that he stated as to why. One of the reasons why he joined the other side is like they let her die, and the fact that they kept his father from his real father from him and all that stuff. So we saw
he had
Tula.
an alibi.
Yeah, he had a reason. But we have Tula, we have Artemis, Ted Cord, the original Blue Beetle, at least in this, and Jason Todd, who we haven't seen at all. And there again, I mentioned this to you like the beginning of this season, that there was kind of a sort of nudge in that when Dick was talking to Tim about just don't die, okay? So that was kind of showing a little bit of the hell, like leaning back to Jason Todd's like, man, this is a rough life. We see them all kind of like after Artemis, obviously they're gonna be like in a state, and then they want to go to mourn for Artemis, and then while they're there, they're kind of looking back at their past mentors. And I feel bad for Jaime because he never met Ted Cord before he died, before he was killed by the light. And poor, even more so on that because friggin' Bart, he's like, you've been here, you just got in, you already have 3 Flashes mentoring you. One of them giving you snacks, man. He's like, yeah. Oops, sorry.
But also, I mean, like, that. Well, they don't know it, but Bart watched his entire existence turn to ash.
Well, we don't know how long it's been that way, and he might have just been born into that. It's still a crap life, but it might have not been a sudden change for him. It might have just been that's how it was for him.
Could have been.
Because he's pretty young looking, so yeah. I don't know how long it's been like that, and how long if he was already in that life. So,
but I'm saying he definitely doesn't. He's not really one to talk to. Oh yeah, my struggles are bad. You don't understand. And
he doesn't know the. He doesn't know the.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
fine. He can't tell them though.
Yeah, he can't tell them. He has to play on his act. He's like,
yeah,
hey, it's cool.
Well, it's not telling him his troubles. He was more so I didn't have anybody to teach me to go through this. I'm kind of doing this on my own, and he also feels bad that nobody going to the fact that why did they, them keeping it down underneath. It's nobody knows that Ted Cord died, so they think that I'm just him in a new suit. They don't know what he sacrificed. So he's also kind of upset about that, which is kind of sad or depressing or something to think about. I can't think of the right word that I'm wanting to say, but it's such a thing about these people that put themselves online. It's not they're not doing it for the recognition, but just the fact that people don't know that they did die and they're not still going on, and another person's getting the credit for it. I don't know. I know that in his place it probably feels like crap. I'm getting the credit for his past work, and it's just not the case. Going a little bit back, what I had said earlier about people being affected by Artemis' death, I kind of sort of touched on it, and I'm not going to do just a little bit more, is the fact that her mother thinks she's dead, and she's yo man, this poor lady's been through so much. Friggin', she was in jail by her own doing, but she was in jail, then she turned away from that afterwards, she lost the use of her legs, and I actually think she lost her daughter. And she lost, she's lost Cheshire to kind of the life of crime, and she's well, this is the worst thing ever. I'm really glad you're here. Otherwise, I don't think I'd survive.
my one good daughter is just gone.
Ew. I mean, I'm sure she still loves Jade.
Oh
it's
yeah,
just one of my daughters is dead. I don't at least I know. Well, I can assume that Cheshire's still alive, but I know that Artemis is dead, and I can't imagine that. Thinking that your child's been killed, and being the one to know she's not dead and have to watch her go through that.
Yeah.
It's oh man, while it just feels like crap right now. I can't believe I have to watch her go through this, and I could tell her that she's alive. Man, this show, dude, is crazy. I'll say it now. It's a bit of a bummer at times.
Oh, I did want to point out that was, unless you count Black Manta, but that was the first light member we've seen. Season 2.
Lex?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen. No, we did see all of them in this. Whenever who was it? Black Manta had a conference call with them. They were on the screens.
Yeah.
But in person, yeah, that was the first time I think that we've seen a light member. Nope, we saw Queen Bee a while back, a few episodes back, after they saved those kids from.
Oh yeah.
She was there for a little bit near the end, but she did show up. A small thing is poor Captain Cold. He was like, yes, easy job, no problem, nobody in sight.
Lots of money. Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I'm completely doomed, aren't I?
Well.
Oh boy, man!
Because he looked over the side of the building, but he couldn't see like off to the side.
Yeah, if he did, he would just see people having a bridal shower. Nothing's like, okay, well, whatever.
It's
and then,
free.
Like, oh, and if you think about it, not only are they superheroes stopping crime, he kind of, stepped on their bridal shower. That's not something you do. That's not something
with an
you do.
entire ice wave. He just.
Yeah, you don't mess with someone's bridal shower. That's not gonna go well.
Hey, but they have a psychic and they can fix it.
No. It's not that. Well, they can fix it. Yes, I know. But it's the thought. It's like,
yeah.
Ooh.
You're going to jail.
You're lucky you're going to jail because I would kill you.
I would kill you.
Speaking of which, Roy tried to kill Lex.
Yes.
I just want to say, but
and he would have gotten away with it too
if it wasn't for Lex.
The meddling metal woman.
Well, Lex. It was kind of Lex. It was kind of. I mean, she slowed him down, but Lex. I mean, I feel like it would have been.
Oh my God! I didn't even think of that. How much of an absolute god is Lex?
He was so calm.
No. He went. Think about this. He went before even knowing who it was. He went into the locker and got his arm with he had that amount of foresight. He had that
you
amount
mentioned
of
before,
foresight.
like whenever, like you said before, like once I heard that you escaped the thing, I kind of figured this was happening. This was gonna happen somewhere down the line. It was more so like, well, if this is who I think it is, might as well grab this case. If it's not who it is, then Mercy will probably be able to take care of it. Dude, that debt cord.
Oh,
like you
super
said,
handy.
Like you said, Mercy. I think you keep forgetting, but Mercy's not a robot. She just has a prosthetic arm. She's human still.
Oh, I thought she was just straight android.
No, I think she's human. She just has that. What's it? What Roy says, it's more upgraded or whatever it said than the one he gave his bodyguard. Yeah. So Mercy's human. She just has the prosthetic.
She just doesn't ever show any emotion. So I was just like.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know why they're doing that, but because Mercy originally is a human, so I don't think they changed that.
Lex might have.
Well, that's true. Maybe. One small thing that I kind of liked, but I was kind of sad about, is obviously he went to the bunker and he found all this freaking weapons that he could just candy shop. Let me just take all this. But whenever they see him and it's like, sorry, I can't let you stop me, and it's getting ready to explode, it pans down and you see the Speedy hat and it's like, oh man, that's saying goodbye to that life, I guess. It was a nice touch. I feel might have been a little on the nose, but I still kind of like it, and it still kind of sucks that that's what it's representing. It's like, well, cut myself out from what this was, what my life was, and I'm borderline maybe gonna be a killer. Because he had the intention of killing Lex.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around.
He was okay. I don't think he was going to kill Lex, because whenever he came down, he was like, "You're so easy to flush out. Just one missile and you're already out." I think he was more so just trying to draw him out. He did want to take his arm off, which maybe in the end would kill him because of blood loss, but it wouldn't have right away. So give him time.
Yeah.
Lex again on Lex's part, just whenever he's like, just do the same thing to you. He's like, yeah, well, we use anesthesia, you know, it's just kind of morbid. It's like, bruh,
this is violent.
Yeah, your scene's a tad violent.
What?
Like, Lex,
you would do that to
my
me?
guy. You have dead core all around your arm, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Press of a button and your arm is gone.
But he's just like, that's violent, bro. Come on. This is it.
A little over the top.
At least I gave you anesthesia.
I'll give you a place to sleep.
Lex is in the face of danger. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, guys, I think that's it for this episode. Lex sucks.
Lex
if
is
you want to, yeah, but he sucks also. He's both. If you want to stick around for next episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Or if you want to see it early because you're patient like me and me, go ahead and check our Patreon. You get early access to all that stuff a week early. Possibly more later down the line. Not sure. But yeah.